Good morning. Welcome back. What is it? Tuesday? It's Tuesday. We get a fun one. There was some weird basketball last night. We have a little bit of football to talk about, some so rare to talk about. I don't know. We're just going to kind of see where the day takes us. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? I got to tell you, this is a pretty hot take, but I am a fan of not having COVID, and I feel great. I feel great. My brain is clean right now. I'm ready to cook. I got up early this morning. I worked out already. What? I worked out already. I already did. I made my shit for tonight's like in real life show. Already did that. Come on, come on. Let's go. All right, let's see. Who do we got here this morning? Sneeps is here. T. Adams, a common man. D-Lobe, sup, Evo Dreamer. Getty's here. Jump shooting. Kevin, good morning. James, what up? We the people's here. Yeah, we put on that monetization this morning. Milo's here. BD. Dickie, Chucky, T-Man. Who else? Remember to give the gift that keeps on giving. A like and a sub. Honestly, yes. Yes. Veronica's here. Carlo. That's something that looked like Cartlow on my screen, which means I got to clean my monitor. Federico's here. You feel better because your beard is coming back. Dude, that is true. That is true. Thank God. But you know what, though? We're going to be in the same situation in like a week or so where it's like coming over my mouth a little bit and I start to get antsy. But I think this is like good. I like the scruff anyways. You know what I'm saying? I like the scruff. But yeah, anyways, we're good to go this morning. I'm feeling it. We're in the zone now. We're in the zone. We already pumped out 2 YouTube shorts. You kidding me right now? Just vibing. All right, let's get into some of this stuff. Ernie's here. Raptor news. We looked refreshed. COVID-15. Yeah, the COVID-15. And jump shooty. What's up? Where's Mike? What did you do to him? I know, guys. Honestly, ever since I stopped grinding NBA Top Shot day to day, my brain feels good. We just like check in. How many of you guys actually, let's start with that. How many of you guys have been logging into NBA Top Shot at least once a day, but primarily to see if you got a gift from Roham? Be honest. Be honest. Because I know I have. I also know I'm not getting one, but I do like to just be like, hey, maybe there's a Lego there. It's been cool seeing people just like share their W's on Twitter, though. It's nice. I will say, oh God, this is gonna come on. Yeah, James says he logs in once an hour. Me, oh, okay. I will say this is gonna come across as fun. Wait, since there isn't no dunks this week, are you going 2 hours? Oh no. All right, here. This is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to say about it. And I promise this isn't fun. It's gonna sound like fun, but I promise it's not fun. But it is making me laugh a little bit. So everyone is like, this is what it's all about. The sentiment has turned around. Top Shot to the moon. But it's because people are getting free expensive shit. So like anyone that's saying it's not monetary value, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, everyone's stoked when they get free expensive shit. So that made me laugh. That did make me laugh. I think that's great. It's not fun. That's not fun at Top Shot. It's just for everyone that's being like, this is what it's all about, baby. This is oh man, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. All right, yeah. Do you guys want to start with this? Can we start with my best ball mania 3 team going to the finals? I was gonna do that towards the end, but I am jacked up. I'm jacked up right now. So we had 3 teams make it to the semifinals. I think I drafted 118. I did 118. We got 16 or no, 17 through to the quarterfinals. Of the 17, we got 3 to the semifinals. And of the 3 in the semifinals, we got 1 into the finals. And the way that works, if you are not Best Ball Mania or Underdog fans, so the semifinals, everybody is split up into 16 team leagues, and only 1 team advances from each league. So you got to win your 16. So we had one team that really popped off this week. It really did. Like I was happy with this. So these are my 3 squads. So we finished 10th, 4th, and 1st. This one had a little bit of a sweat too for a little while, and then look at Justin Herzig, Justin Bott right there taking it in. We finished this one finished 4th. I got kind of screwed with Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields. They well, that was fine because it's one of these weird things you're rooting for. Like even though Jalen Hurts screwed me over a little bit by being hurt, my other team that won didn't have Jalen Hurts, and so many people were screwed by Jalen Hurts. So I'm weirdly rooting for Jalen Hurts not to play this week. Jalen Hurts and who's the other one? There was somebody else that got dinged up. I forget. I'm blanking now. But anyway, so this is the squad that got through right here. Look at that. We dropped a 167 on them. So we got Joe Burrows and Kirk Cousins. Now, I got to imagine I have to imagine here that the more unique path for me is Kirk Cousins going off, because I would imagine Joe Burrows is probably why do I keep pluralizing? Joe Burrow is probably one of the more popular quarterbacks that got through, right? So Kirk going off against Green Bay in the 4 o'clock game would be sexy. The real issue I've got on this squad is James Conner and Tyler Algier really are my only 2 active running backs unless Christian McCaffrey goes down. Damian Harris has been questionable the last couple of weeks and then ruled out. So I'm really rooting hard for Damian Harris to be available, because then we would have Connor, Harris, Tyler Algier. But this is where it's sexy right here. The wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill. Oh, Tua was the other quarterback I was thinking, Tua. Drake London, Jahan Dotson, Wan'Dale's done for the season, and then Pierce and Thornton. And then at tight end, we have Kittle and Ingram there going to the finals. Yeah, I actually am not a huge James Conner fan, but here's the thing. It's McSorley season, right? It's Connor and Algier versus each other. So I'm just hoping that they continue to crush. Well, like in book says, Connor ends up being that dude. I was 0 for 7 on advancing on the semifinals. Congrats, though. Grind continues, Mitten too. Yeah, the playoff stuff has been fun. And then for those that don't know too, let me show you what like the prize structure is here. So this is what's crazy. There's 470 teams left, and now it's just like basically a GPP, right? This is just like a normal Sunday slate where we're just trying to win. So when we look at the prize pool, first place is 2 million. Second place is $1 million. would love to ship a mill. Would love to ship a mill. And then here we go, 500,000, 200,000. So it's actually like kind of flat too, which is incredible. It's pretty wild too. 11 through 50, just take home 10K. Honestly, I'd be very happy. Anything top hundo. Like we're rooting top hundo here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this sweat. We're guaranteed a grand. We're guaranteed a grand here. And we just like, listen, we hope we ship. So I'm very excited about that. I did really poorly in best ball last year in football. But I wasn't like super locked in like I was this year. And I think because of my best ball basketball run, actually, let's just check that while we're over here. Because of my NBA run last year, I felt like I started to get some things here. So we're doing pretty well. And we did 35 small balls. And right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of 35 advancing right now. And then I only did 2 of the $25 tournament, which is the double dribble. And right now, 2 of those are advancing. Weird thing in basketball right now. I had a lot of Anthony Davis, but I backed up a lot of Anthony Davis with Jaren Jackson Jr. So now I'm just hoping Jaren Jackson Jr. carries the torch. But that AD injury is going to hurt most of my small ball lineups, not my double dribble lineups. But anyways, that's enough of my fantasy stories for now. Ooh, Andre said had a super big parlay last night and added over 24.5 total points. Who knew that'd be the only thing? Oh, that sucks, Andre. That sucks. That was a gross game, man. Jeff Saturday. It's not going to last well. One other thing, as we start to transition to basketball, I want to make fun of Kendrick Perkins for a second, and I feel like some people are probably going to be like, "Dude, it's just a joke, bro." I'm going to call it out as a shitty joke. So he was making fun of Ibaka yesterday on ESPN, basically being like, "Yeah, that dude's only like 30, but he could be 45." Basically saying that all African people lie about their age. Like that was the joke. And so Serge did a long thread on just basically being like, Perk, what the fuck? That's essentially what he was saying. Called him out too for being kind of a bad teammate. Used to talk shit about KD and Russ a lot while he was in the Thunder and stuff like that. And the thing that annoyed me actually the most is Perk replied to the thread, and I'll share it later. He replied to the thread and he just said like, dude, it's just a joke. Stop being so sensitive. And then I know that like stems everyone to be like, dude, we gotta relax. Cancel culture's gone too far. It's like, nah, like Perk didn't get canceled. That's not what happened. There's just not cancel culture. He told a bad, xenophobic, shitty joke, right? Even take the xenophobia out of it. He just told a bad joke, and then he got called out for telling a bad joke. And then he's like, dude, relax. It's a joke. Well, here's the thing, guys. Tell better jokes. Like, you have to be, like, you have to understand sometimes, like, if your joke sucks, you're going to get called out for having a shitty joke. And it's not that everyone's being too sensitive. It's that you suck at your job. It like reminds me of the Trae Young thing a little bit, which I know seems like a weird connection, but like Trae Young's mad that the Hawks suck. It's like, Trae Young, that's your fault though, man. You are the best player on that team. You are directly connected to why this is a problem. And like Perk, that's the same thing with Perk. You are the reason this is a problem because that joke was bad. And now you got to own the fact that the joke was bad. It's not because it's not because people are too sensitive. It's because your joke was trash. And you got called out for telling a trash joke. I think that's like my biggest frustration when everyone like leans on, oh, we got too far though, cancel culture. You should be able to say whatever you want to say. Shut up. It's not that. What's different now is people are comfortable being like, hey man, joke sucks. And that's what happened. Anyways, that like annoyed me yesterday. That annoyed me seeing that. And again, like, I think I think it was a shitty joke. I think it was a problematic joke. But it gets called out, you own it, and you move on, right? Like, that's it. The thing that like really set me off was just like, dude, you're too sensitive, bro. Like, relax. Like, nah, dude. Serge heard your joke, and he said, hey, this joke's fucked. And he explained why. And then your response was too sensitive. Not that like, hey, man, you're right. That was fucked. I was a bad teammate. I don't know. Wouldn't be like, honestly, if people were adults when they got called out for telling crap jokes, half of this drama like wouldn't even be a thing. If people were just better at accepting L's. It always goes back to that. If we were mature enough to accept an L when we've earned an L, this wouldn't, like, half of this shit wouldn't exist. Anyways. I get touchy around comedy. All right, want to talk about basketball? Yeah, almost as close as when Perk said he wished Braun tore his ACL. Yeah, I know. Look at that. How about that tangent this morning, huh? Look, I told you guys I was feeling better. I'm feeling better. A lot of F-bombs 13 minutes into the show. I feel like I've scared the chat. Is the chat nervous right now because we were going a little too strong this early? All right, let's get into some of the basketball. We had some weird games last night. Some fun ones, too. We had some fun ones. So the Clippers, let's start with the Clippers Pistons. Actually, let's start with the Nets Cavs because that was actually more of an exciting game. Dude, Nets 9 in a row. And I tweeted out, like, we have to start accepting that Brooklyn's good. And then everyone's like, yeah, we'll see later in the season. And I agree with that. Like, a lot of this is like on KD staying healthy. It's on Kyrie not saying crazy, not doing weird stuff. Right. A lot of that is relying on that. But right now, with the information that we have in front of us, they're like the hottest team in basketball right now. They've won 9 in a row. We can't say they've beaten teams that don't have guys anymore, right? We have, like, they're just good. They're beating good teams. They beat Cleveland last night. Not only did they beat Cleveland, they are in third place in the East, and they're a half game behind Milwaukee. We got to start taking the Nets seriously. They won 125-117. KD had 32, 9, and 5. He was incredible last night. He fouled out in the fourth quarter, and the fourth quarter ended up being the Kyrie show anyways. He went for 32 and 5. And then dust off the cobwebs, TJ Warren played a bucket of minutes, and he went for 23 and 8. On the Cleveland side of things, too, we should say Darius Garland finally like woke up. He's been a little like dusty the last couple of weeks, and he put up 46 and 8 last night. Donovan Mitchell had a really bad game. Actually, everybody from Cleveland had a bad game, but that's a good win. That's a good win for Brooklyn. Steve Nash should never get a, yeah. How bad was Nash? Yeah, I know this isn't a good look for Nash. You know what I wonder though, like how much of it was like coaching X's and O's, and how much of it was just, they didn't like him anymore, right? Like they just were like done. He lost the locker room. But I mean, give Jacques Vaughn his flowers. Jacques Vaughn. That's one of the best names in coaching basketball right now. Jacques Vaughn. Shout out, go Rock Chalk Jayhawks, go Kansas. Yeah, I think he was on the team with Pierce way back when. But yeah, good win for Brooklyn. That was a fun one. Clippers beat the Pistons. Clippers were down like 15 with like 3 minutes to go, and they came back, tied it up, and won it in overtime. Shout out Detroit, doing the most to tank, which I don't think they were trying to tank. I don't think they were trying to lose that game. They were trying. It was weird. Hold on, let me see. Was the ultimate disrespect comparing Mobley to Duncan? Yeah, we're seeing some second-year dudes stumble a little bit, right? The Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley slowed down a little bit. I mean, I still think Evan Mobley's awesome, but maybe the Tim Duncan stuff slow that down a little bit. Steve Nash basically had the same qualifications as Jeff Saturday. You know what, though? A lot of former players like coach right away. I don't think that was that way. I mean, I get what you're saying. But yeah, that Clippers Pistons game, it ended up being 142-131. They just went on a run. It was funny. They did it with all their bench guys. Like it was Luke Kennard, Terrence Mann, all making a run. Moses Brown sighting. And then Paul George came in like the last minute and honestly almost blew the game. He was all over the place. Watch the last 4 minutes. You can find Skeets actually just shared a clip on YouTube. He was like chaotic, almost turned the ball over, missed a free throw, but then like buckled down. But anyways, Paul George finished with 32 and 11. Luke Kennard, 18 and 5. Zubats had a double-double, 12 and 15. And then a lot of Pistons guys put up numbers. Boyan had 23. Isaiah Stewart, who people have been like off on because Jalen Duren's been popping, but Beef Stew at 21 and 7. Duren had 15 and 12. Hayes 15. Ivy had 15 and 8. And then Killian Hayes with an 18, 10 and 5. But listen, Detroit could not buy a bucket there down the stretch. They couldn't hit anything. Alec Burks was missing. Everybody was missing shots. But hey, that was a fun game. I highly recommend checking out that clip. If you didn't watch the game last night, the last 5 minutes were just chaos to close a lead like that in such a short amount of time. When the scrubs were in too, and the scrubs were in for the Clippers, not the Pistons. So Heat beat the Wolves 110-113. Excuse me. One of the crazier things about this game, if you didn't watch So Rare live before lock last night, which you should have, we were talking about Miami. Miami was without Bam. They were without Jimmy Butler, so without their two best players, and like nobody went off for the Heat. I think Max Strus led the team in scoring with 19. Kyle Lowry had 18 and 9. I don't know how the Wolves lose this game, man. Anthony Edwards had 29, 7 and 6. We were talking about how Rudy Gobert was going to eat up Miami with no Bam. They were starting Nikola Jovic at the 5. It was just like Orlando Robinson played really well off the bench. But we thought like Gobert was just going to eat. And then what ended up happening was Naz Reid off the bench with 21 and 11. Naz cooked him. Yeah, Orlando Robinson smashed his clip. I know his cap. I know it was one of those things where it was like late news, and the projections didn't move fast enough. But Robinson was a great play. I mean, all of those guys were. Jovic had his cap. I think he hit 18 or 20, something like that. We'll look at some of the point scores in a little bit. But yeah, Orlando Robinson ended up being a great play. Rockets Bulls, man, Chicago, dude. How do you lose this game? 133-118 at home, just got waxed by the Rockets. Şengün, I did a YouTube short on this. You can find it, but Şengün had a monster throwdown. I think it was Kevin Porter Jr., Alfred Şengün, and Jalen Green combined for 85 points. 85. That's what I expected from like the Rockets team, was to score 130 points but lose. And it was good to see Şengün. I feel like Şengün's been disappointing a little bit stat wise. Like I feel like he hasn't been getting enough run or hasn't been producing as much. And I know they've been messing around with the rotations a little bit, but it was good to see him pop. I really like Şengün. But yeah, so Şengün went for 25 and 11. Kevin Porter Jr., who has been like quiet stat wise, 36, 9 and 7. Jalen Green at 24 and 6. On the Bulls side of things, DeRozan at 31, 9 and 5. LaVine 22 and 5. Dude, the Bulls are I don't know what the Bulls are gonna do. I don't even see their way out. Like they don't have their first round pick because the Orlando Magic have it. We've talked about that quite a bit. Again, I will still say Wendell Carter Jr., Nikola Vucevic was a better trade than like straight up than 2 first round picks on top of that. So the Magic got Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, and then probably a top 8 pick this year for Nikola Vucevic. What? Good win for Houston. Good win for if you played the Rockets in So Rare as well. Pelicans Pacers. This game, I was excited for this game. Thought we were going to have a lot of fun. Thought it was going to be big stats, and it ended up being gross. 113-93. Miles Turner put up 14 and 8. Benedict Mathurin put up 15. I name dropped him. Najee Marshall. I was like, if all those guys are out, Najee's going to get a bigger role. And Najee went for 22, 6 and 4. Jovel 20 and 12. CJ like 19, 7 and 6 would have been fine if he didn't turn the ball over so much for So Rare scores, but whatever. And then Jackson Hayes, the value play of the day, went for 15 and 9 at a cap of 5 or whatever it was. So smash play there. Pelicans continue to roll. They just beat the teams in front of them. 2 games left, Spurs and Jazz. Spurs won 126-122. This, again, if you're only watching this for fantasy purposes, Larry Bird Markkinen went for 32 and 12. Clarkson, man, Clarkson's been like sneaky good this year. He's 25, 7 and 4. Devin Vassell, 24, 8 and 6. Keldon Johnson, 21 and 5. And then Branham, who is a guard that comes off the bench for the Spurs. He had 20 and 5, I think it was. No, just 20 off the bench. He's someone to pay attention to. He's popped in the Momentum Labs projections a little bit. I know I played him a couple of times in DFS at the beginning of the season, and then he got hurt, missed some time. I would pay attention to Branham, especially if the Spurs like really go into tank mode. I feel like he's someone that's going to eat up a lot of minutes, just like a young guy that's going to play guard. And like who knows what kind of moves they make as they get closer to the trade deadline. But Branham's someone to pay attention to. I think he's got a little bit of fantasy upside anyways. And then the last game of the night, Blazers 124, Hornets 113. Shout out LaMelo. LaMelo is like keeping the Hornets watchable. They suck, but he at least is fun. He was dropping 40-foot three-pointers last night. He went for 27, 7 and 7. Sounds like a drink. PJ Washington, let's get a PJ drop. We haven't done a drop all day. He went for 22 and 6. Hit him with a PJ.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
Yeah, BD right there. Mark Williams is getting some playing time. He's getting some run. I forget what his minutes were last night. Let me actually pull that up right now. I saw he was like the first big off the bench, though, I think. Yeah, he played 16 minutes. So the bench guys, man, they like really played their starters a lot. So Kai Jones, Thor, and Bouknight did not play. Maladon only played 8 minutes, and then Oubre played 33 off the bench. And then outside of that, Mark Williams played 16, and McDaniels played 15. But in 16 minutes, Mark Williams went for 9.6 boards, 2 steals, an assist, and a partridge in a pear tree. So good. I don't know. I think that's kind of fun. Oh, did he have 5 fouls? I missed that. He did have 5 fouls in 16 minutes. Get some, Mark. But I think that's promising for, again, I strictly fantasy when I'm talking about Charlotte this year. Jump Shoot said, are the Hornets the most disappointing team in the season? Well, so yeah, I will say, like, to give the Hornets a little bit of, I won't say credit, but understanding, right? So the Bridges thing was a nightmare. I think they were either going to sign Bridges in the offseason, or they were at least going to sign and trade. So they were going to at least get something or have something in Miles Bridges. That was their second best player last year. Their best player, LaMelo, missed like the first 2-3 weeks of the season. Gordon Hayward missed some time. Terry Rozier missed some time. Like everybody on their team, like they were doomed from the start. I thought they were going to be pretty bad anyways. But the worst team in the league, they probably would have been like what, I don't know. They'd be in like that 10 to 12 range. They're probably doing what the Chicago Bulls are doing. But they are pretty disappointing. They are. I feel bad for Hornets fans. But on the Blazers side of things, I actually sold overnight a Jeremy Grant rare moment because he went for 32, 10, and 5. That was fun. I forgot I had him listed. Nurk 28 and 15, Dame Time 17 and 9, and then Anthony Simons. He went for 18. As always, let's check the standings here. Yeah, Milo, I agree with that. The Bulls are the biggest disappointment. It is the Bulls. The Bulls. Let's go over to the standings, see what's cooking over here. Let's blow it up now. All right, Celtics still stay a game and a half ahead of the Bucks, but there they are. The Nets right there, 22 and 12, 9 and 1 in their last 10, winners of 9 in a row. Cavs still right there at 22 and 13, Sixers 20 and 12. Knicks, all right, none of these guys played. Pacers back down to 500, Heat back up to 500. This is going to be interesting to watch them flip-flop around. And then Bulls, man, 14 and 19. Whew. Wizards 13 and 21. The Wizards, like we kind of haven't been. Yeah, people are saying Mo's selling overnight. No. So rare jump shoot. So rare. Yeah, so rare is back though. The Bulls are in trouble. Wizards too. Like I don't think Wizards got off to a hot start, right? They were like 13 and 4, 13 and 5, something like that, and they've been dog shit since. And I know they've had some injury stuff, but I feel like no one's talking about how bad they are. They're now 13 and 21. They have the same record of the Magic. Can we just talk the Magic 2.5 games out of the play-in right now? Let's go Magic 13 and 21. Hornets down here at 9 and 25. Pistons 8 and 28. Wizards are better than that record. Man, Andre, I don't know, man. I mean, I know Beal missed some time, but I think they just started off too hot. I think this is where they're going to end up being. And then on the west side of stuff, right? So the Pelicans move a half game behind the Nuggets because they were the only ones in action last night. 6 and 4 in their last 10, 3 in a row, 21 and 12. Clip City, bitch. They are in top 4 now at 20 and 15. Half game ahead of the Soons. What else? Who else played last night? Blazers pick up another win, 18 and 16. And then, man, the Wolves 16 and 18. Just down bad. The Wolves. The fact that 13 and 21 puts you close to the playing game is disgusting. Yeah, I agree. I know we did this yesterday. We can look at who's playing tonight, see if there's anything spicy. Tuesday night, what's no TNT games tonight? What's going on? TNT. A lot of games on Tuesday, too. Normally, it's like 4 games. This is nice, spreading it out a little bit. So you got Lakers and Magic. Weirdly, going to be a very competitive game, probably. Philly and Washington, Houston and Boston. Points galore in that one. Indiana and Atlanta. That should also have a shit ton of points. Then you got Clips and Raps. Suns and Grizz. That'll be fun. That should be on NBA TV. Then we got San Antonio and OKC. Dallas and New York. Charlotte and Golden State, Denver and Sacramento. One note on Denver and Sacramento. So, right, we knew that Sabonis had a thumb injury and they were like evaluating it. It looked like he was going to miss the next few days. A report came out last night. He's got a fractured thumb and he's questionable for tonight. Fractured thumb, I would take 2 weeks off of this show with a fractured thumb. We would take time off. We would be deep into rehab. He might play basketball tonight against Nikola Jokic. What? Built different. Sabone bone. Built different. Let's do a mental health break so I can drink some coffee, get a cough out. Let's go back to, let's do this one. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. Great comment by Jump Shoot there. Can't play 2K with a fractured thumb. You're absolutely right. D Rose in the chat. Good to see D Rose. You missed the Bulls talk, so solid timing. Let's go over. Let's see how So Rare's popping over here. Let's see how our squads are doing after one night. Um, so the comments here, anything exciting going over here? Devin Vassell put a 57. That's fun. PJ with a 45. Sohan with a little bit of a disappointing 17, but whatever. Look at this common champion. Dame only 33. That was a bummer there, Dame. That was a bummer. And that was his only game. So tough scene, tough scene. All defense, whatever. I don't really care. Let's get into this stuff. So limited contender, Devontae Graham, 25 for a cap of 9. We'll take that. Jovic, I forget what his cap was. What was his cap? What's Jovic's cap? I feel like there's probably an easier way to look that up, but Jovic, his cap was 12. So 18 for 12, whatever. We'll take it. Not the best, but okay, what's going on? Come on. We'll take it. We still get another game. Maybe Bam misses more time. CJ, I'm gonna need him to get into the 45s. But I liked what I ended up being able to do here because in limited contender, I was able to fit CJ and Fred VanVleet, which is kind of fun. So limited champion, Laurie was the only one that went and dropped 62. So we'll take that. We will absolutely take that. And then my all offense is kind of spicy, right? I got 69 nice out of Kevin Porter Jr., 45 out of Jalen Green. Gabe Vincent with 16 is fine. Keldon Johnson he got off to such a hot start. I was thinking we were going to get 40 plus. Hopefully he can get up over 40. And then I still got my MVP Kuz. So hopefully we secure a card here. I feel like I should be able to get one from contender and limited offense. And then my rare contender, I only had 41 out of CJ, which whatever, but still have a game left, 2 from the Warriors, 2 from the Kangs. And then rare champion, man, Jeremy Grant put up 75, got 34 out of Ivy. Yuta was a little bit disappointing. I was hoping he was going to get up over 25. And then Jalen Smith and Trey Murphy both didn't play, but I'm hoping Jalen Smith is back tonight. So off to a decent start. I'm okay. I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's our roundup. We talked a little bit about everything today. What are we gonna do? Wait. When are we gonna jump into I don't know. What do you want to jump into today? We talked a lot of TV. Sorry, I was looking at DMs at the same time and I was confused. But yeah, what do you guys want to get into today, huh? Is there any Top Shot related stuff? I don't have any really Top Shot talk that I'm ready for. John Dove says hate always being late, but we know who isn't the hottest team in the East. It's not the Indiana Pacers. I'll tell you that right now. Pacers, man. What's going on? Although I guess you're still overachieving. Oh, coffee's good this morning. How about them Chargers? Yeah, I mean, that game sucked, man. They are playoff bound, though. I think Miami's in trouble. You want to talk about that for a second? So it came out yesterday that Tua basically played the fourth quarter with a concussion. I mean, that's his third concussion this season. So I imagine he's not playing this week. I don't know how, I mean, that's so dangerous. That's so dangerous, the amount of concussions that he's had this season. I don't know. I mean, Miami might be in trouble, right? If it's Teddy ball game, they're lucky they're playing the Patriots, but they have to win. I would say one of their last 2, right? And who do they have? I know they have the Patriots this week. I forget is their week 18 game against the Bulls, the Bills. Let me double check that quickly. Patriots this week. Who do they have week 18? Week 18. I know no teams have a bye week. I want to look at the schedule. What's going on? Oh, here we go. They play the Jets. So that's going to be bad. That's going to be bad for them, especially if if he plays this weekend, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, so the Dolphins might be in a little bit of trouble here. Patriots suck though, so hopefully even Teddy Bridgewater can get him the W. Never thought I'd hear that. I know. I mean, they look bad. This Patriots team is one of the most. Patriots and Red Sox right now are just like jockeying for who's the more unlikable squad. Yikes. It's tough. It's tough. Big game for my Bills. This one basically wraps up the number 1 seed if we can win it. Andre, listen, I hope the Bills get up early. And I hope it's like James Cook, Isaiah McKenzie scoring for you. And then I want Joe Burrow to throw a bunch of touchdowns to T. Higgins. That's what we're rooting for because we're trying to win $2 million next week, baby. Yeah, I don't know how it wasn't caught. That's nuts. Who would you rather have, Tua, Fields, or Hurts? Hurts. I mean, Hurts is straight up going to win MVP this year unless he misses the rest of the games. But um, does Matt get fined for that low hit on Apple? I don't know. I guess he was on the radio like defending why he did it. Mac Jones is going to be in the XFL in a couple of weeks, I think. I mean, that send the whole squad to the XFL. TBH. James says, "Ooh, bit my lip. Top Shot set locking for rewards on January 5th. Yeah, that's the top 1500 or whatever, right? Is that the top 1500? Sure. I think I'm in that for both the Celtics and the Nuggets. I haven't looked though. I haven't looked in a while. It's been a while. I don't know. Maybe I fell out of the top 15, but that's one of those things where, you know, I'm excited if I get in there, but I'm not chasing it, you know. I do think Tua is better than Fields right now, but I would take Fields over him to start a team. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's hard to evaluate them, to go back to D Rose's question, because I mean, Fields basically has me running wide receiver routes for him right now. Like, he's got nobody. And then you look at Tua, and he's got the two fastest people in the world right now. And I think they said Jalen Waddle got up to 26 miles an hour on that touchdown this weekend, which was like the fastest recorded or something like that. But you got Waddle and Hill. I mean, right? And then you look at Hurts, and Hurts has Miles Sanders, he has Devonta Smith, he has A.J. Brown, he has Dallas Goedert. Like, it's hard to compare them all because of the weapons around them. But because I think Fields could probably do what they're doing. Long-term, Fields will be better than Hurts, but I think Fields has the best arm and is clearly the better runner. Yeah, I feel like they're different runners. Like in the open field, I'd rather have Justin Field for sure. No running in school zones. That's a really good point by DJ Local right there. When is it that the clamp moments are being sent out? I have no idea. Do you like the scorigamis? I don't think I know what scorigamis are. I don't think I know what that is. I should take clamp moments will be sent out before the end of January. Okay. A couple of things too, just to like reiterate what we got going on this week. So we'll have the morning show, obviously Monday through Friday. So we'll be back again tomorrow at 9. I think Shot Tank is on Team Hold this week. So that should be here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or it's on Jeb. I think it's on Team Hold. So Shot Tank is tomorrow night. We'll also have a new episode of Value Hunting for So Rare out tomorrow. And then on Thursday, just the morning show. But I'm also jumping on So Rare Data's NBA show. And then on Friday, morning show. And then we've got Live Before Lock with our man Noam will be back on the show. Kevin says, watch your work next week. Speaking into existence. Hell yeah. Watch it. Hell yeah. T. Adams says, when was the last time you built a Moment Ranks lineup? Last season for the playoffs. Here's the thing. The site was finicky, and they cut the prize pool in half, and then So Rare was created. And so it scratched that itch for me. So am I missing out by not playing? Sure, probably. I almost played on Christmas because I saw they changed their stuff, but then I realized I only own Celtics and Nuggets now at this point, and I was like, I'm not going to go buy moments. I'm not going to buy a LeBron, or I'm not going to buy a Luka or anything like that. So, whatever, we let it be at that. Let it be. But I mean, people seem to be having fun with Moment Rank, so I'm not against it. I just, it was like one extra thing. And So Rare for me is like, if you're like, Moment Ranks is fun because you're just using your moments for something, right? And it's nice to be able to use your moments somewhere else. So I'm not like anti it. But if you are like a fantasy basketball head, So Rare has been way more, it's like dynamic, and like the scoring and the thought process and all of that stuff, right? Andre says Luka averages 5 turnovers against the Knicks. If any of you all can find a low line on that on Underdog or other sites, would be interested. Ooh, let me see what we got for pick'ems on Underdog. Which, by the way, if you make an account on Underdog today, if you make one today, you get use the promo code HOLD. They'll match up to $100. All right, let's go find the Knicks game. Let's see what we got over here. I wonder if they don't have Knicks lines up yet because the Jalen Brunson questionable news, right? Man, SGA should put on a show against San Antonio today. Um, Phoenix, Memphis. I am excited to watch that. Okay, so nothing for turnovers. Nothing for turnovers. Do they have it? Yeah, they don't have any Knicks lines up. Nothing for turnovers on Underdog. Um, there you go. There you go. I thought I was gonna go on a rant about something else, but now I forget. T Adams, have you been grinding moment ranks? Have you been doing well? I know our man Shuckster has taken it down twice this season. So I know people are still having fun with it. I guess we haven't gone over. I wonder how the market's doing. Let's go check on the moment. I haven't been to own the moment in a while. I haven't really checked anything in a while, but let's do what we normally do. Let's go check the sets. Let's go check the base set series 1. I've been there. Oh, T Adams took home first recently. All right, hell yeah. Is this blown up? Yeah, it's blown up a little bit. We can do base sets here. Oh, let's see how many sets are up first in the last 7 days. The gift, look at the gift bumping. Challenges bumping. Well, these don't count because moments are coming out consistently. But the gift is interesting. MVP moves. I also wonder how many of these were purchased. Anyways, whatever. Someone needs to create a bot about every time an employee buys some stuff, right? Like, are these pumping? Like, is the run it back pumping because Rohan bought a bunch to gift? You know what I mean? It's kind of tricky. Anyways, all right, we'll look at series 1, and then let's took it. Wait, oh, this is what I was looking for. Base set. All right, up 5% in the last week. We like that. Look at this. All right, okay. This is just in. I thought this was a bigger jump. All right, so it's settling at 16.9. Let's look at low ask here. Excuse me. What else we got? WNBA cents are bumping up. There we go. Is that based on the free agency news? All right, here we go. So LeBron, a little under 2K. So that's the only moment under a K. This is basically where it was when we looked at it. Jaws maybe up like $50 or something since the last time I looked. Steph at 700. All right, let's see how many moments are up over 100. Wow, Zion. Wait, what's Zion at? 430. Wow. Look at 540. Wow. Wow. All right, let's see how many moments are over 100. Woo. All right, so this is less than the last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 21 moments over $100. It starts with the AD. Wow, Devin Booker sub 100. Wow. So starts with the AD is the first one. So the AD debut, Dame debut, Vinsanity debut, Draymond Green, Fred VanVleet, one of the LeBron moments, Jaylen Brown, SGA. How many LeBron moments are up over 100? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Interesting, man. Well, hey, listen. At least the vibes are good. People seem to be happy. Maybe it just weeded out the people that didn't want to be here anymore, you know? I don't know. I don't know what to say. The great reset indeed. Yeah, maybe. I wonder, I feel like we're due maybe in the New Year's I feel like we're due for some an alpha dump. I feel like the Hoop Miss thing has been great. I hope people have been enjoying that. I like that they're giving us a reason to participate in the platform. I have noticed they've repositioned where your Top Shot score is now, because I think a lot of people, shout out Limsey, were like, did they get rid of Top Shot score because it wasn't in the same spot, and it's just on the homepage, but it's still there. I saw some people freak out. Yeah, only good vibes now. Good vibes only. I don't know. Hey, listen, I think that's good. It's better than bad vibes only, that's what it was for a year. So they've been doing a better job on social media. Yeah, Top Shot Tesla says the true OGs remember the Best Buys under X segment. Man, do you remember that? It was Buddy Hield under $160. I'm like, dude, Buddy could pop, man. He could get traded. Whew, God. Still hunting 4 badgers? Yeah, that's interesting. What are people still going after? To me, that's the only thing. Unless you're trying to complete sets or whatever, the 4 badgers are the only ones that stick out. I'll actually pull up. Let's look at base set series 4 and base set series 4. We'll look at just the most expensive ones. I imagine it's just the rookies, right? Um, wait, what? Oh, because they're not base set anymore. I forgot. What's it like? Rookie Spotlight or something? What's it called? Is it Spotlight Series? There's too many fucking things, man. Um, no. What are the rookies called? What's the series called? All right, is it just called Series 4 Rookies? No, the Christian. What? What is going on? Wait, is that? Oh, that's out of 16K. Someone tell me what's the name of the set. Rookie day. It's called Rookie Debut in Series 4. I thought that was just. Oh yeah, what a dumbass. All right, here we go. Let's look at some of these 4 Badgers. Am I sharing screen? I am. Okay, so Jaden Ivey. No, that can't be right. Okay, Paulo 65, Matherin 45, Jaden Ivey 40. Jabari Smith Jr. $17. Good lord. How is Jabari Smith and Jeremy Sohan the same price? Marjin Beauchamp. Like Shaden Sharp is cheaper than Christian Coloco. Oh no, same price as Coloco, but cheaper than Beauchamp. Walker Kessler Rangers, $11. Jalen Williams too. Nembhard, wow. Wow. Boomer Zakarian, I know. Sean, look at Sean in the chat. Says definitely loving Top Shot right now. Lots of good values. I feel like they've been doing everything right, and it's just up to collectors to keep the values up. Yeah, I still think there's just way too many moments, but yeah, I agree. Sohan is the next Rodman. All right. Well, yeah. No, he is good. I like him as a basketball player, but Shaden Sharp is a baller. I would take Sharp. Sharp is way more exciting to me. Yeah, back when LaMelo and Ant-Man were sub 500. I remember LaMelo got up to like 7 something. No, he was well over a K, but I remember when I was looking at LaMelo for like the first time, it was like in the 7 hundos. Good man. Times they are a changing. Anything else you guys want to chat about, or do we wrap up early? I'm down to hang for a little bit more. Getty says getting 4 badge rookies is the way to go. So cheap, hard to pass on the Series 4 base. Yeah. A long time ago, yeah, shout out Josh. A long time ago, just focused on Series 1 LeBron mostly as I saw how Dapper executed. Yeah, that feels like the stable coin, even though that's gone down too. But when the market goes up, he will be the most sought after, especially as he gets closer to retiring. I do wonder what that means after he retires, though. But I agree. I mean, that's. I think as we get further away, like right now, LeBron's pretty corny and he's on a bad Lakers team, and there's just a lot of stuff that is annoying about LeBron. Even those who love LeBron probably feel that way. But as we move away from this stage in his career and like look back on his career in totality, like as he passes Kareem, I mean, he's incredible. So even if you don't like him, like he is incredible. He is going to go down. I know like the Kobe stands are going to be like, no way. He's going to go down as the second best player of all time. It's just true. 40K LaMelo was $40 for the longest time in Series 2. Yeah. Yeah. Those are different times then, man. Those are different times. It's crazy that we got in for those of you that did in Series 2 and we're now in Series 4. Like we've been doing this for way too long. Way too long. Sohan has been especially good since he's come back from his 5-game rehab from his quad injury. He's only going to get more time as the season goes on. Yeah, no, I like him. I do like him. The Nets are for sure fire playoff lock. Well, I mean, the Eastern Conference is still pretty close, right? So if like KD goes down or Kyrie leaves the team just for a couple months, they would definitely fall back down. But I mean, as constructed as it is right now, yeah. Not only are they a for sure fire playoff lock, I mean, they're a top 5 seed for sure, right? I think Philly's going to continue to win games. Speaking of Philly, Maxey comes back in a couple of. I think they're targeting Friday for Maxey's return. Be curious how they insert Maxey back into the starting lineup because D'Anthony Melton has been balling. I almost wonder if they move him to like 6-man status. Probably not, but I like the Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, Nets, and Cavs are the top 5 teams, and that's it. Like no one else is getting in there. So yeah, I think so. If you were build a starting 5 at each position from all the generations, who would it be? Oh my God, we the people. God. Man, I need some time. I need some time. That's tough because I feel like I'll say something dumb and then I'll have to regret it. It'll live forever. So let me think on that. I'll report back tomorrow. Yeah, waiting for a pop on the LeBron. I do wonder. We'll see. I wonder if LeBron does pop as we get closer to his breaking the record. But here's the thing. Here's the one thing I'll say about that. Everyone collecting on Top Shot right now is aware that LeBron's about to break the record. So the only case that I think for it to pop is if they're like, hey, this fandom challenge for him breaking the record, you're going to have to require, like 25 LeBron moments and you're going to have to burn them, which they won't do because we've seen that they won't have us burn more than like 3 moments at a time. But I think we've done this before, right? We've done this before where they're like, I mean, the best case was like, dude, once they announce who makes the All-Star team, those guys are going to pop. And they don't. They end up not popping because everyone's already like, I think they're going to make the All-Star team, right? So I would just caution that. I mean, I hope they do pop. I would love to see it. But my guess is that if it does pop, it's for like a half hour. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah. Because I think like everyone's aware. There's only like 8,000 people collected on Top Shot right now. And if you are still here through all of this, acting in the day-to-day, I can't imagine you're not aware that LeBron's about to break the record. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they use that to market, but I doubt it. Has anyone been locking complete sets before the end of the year for the last wave of airdrops? I have not been, but I think I've been seeing some tweets about it. I think people have been going after it a little bit. I think they have been going after it a little bit. But all right, gang, I think we're going to call it there. So just a reminder, we're back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll also have value hunting tomorrow, and we will have shot tank tomorrow. But that's it for the content today outside of the YouTube shorts that will be pumping. But as always, I really appreciate everyone being here this morning. I kind of like, right? The morning show when Top Shot was bumping would get like 140 live viewers. I like that we've kind of reset a little bit. Like when the market's down now, we're staying in the 50s. And when the market's up, we're right around 100. But this is like the core group. So I'm enjoying this shit. It feels like back to the OG days where we're just hanging. You know what I mean? And Bandy knows the show's almost over. He's ready for a walk. Look at him. He was jacked up this morning. Kelsey returns today. He's ready. He misses her. He's done with my bullshit. So, and I feel like he senses it. Anyways, appreciate everyone being here. We will be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy Tuesday. We out.